Marcelo is my name. I am the niche fragrance collector, and as the name suggests, I love niche perfumery, and I am a little bit of a collector. I do like, apart from perfumery, I collect other things too, but that's a story for another day. Today, what I wanted to talk about was a bit of a lineup on some fragrances that actually work really well in the warmer weather. Here in Australia, we are in spring, even though today the weather is terrible. We're in spring, coming into summer, and I find that these fragrances here are the ones that I like to reach towards or for when the weather sort of warms up. Having said that though, some of these fragrances play really well all year round anyway. Aventus, forget about it. Now, for those who are new to my channel, this symbol here means how long it lasts on me. That's longevity. This one here is about how it projects, the sillage, so body, moderate and high, beautiful trail. Well, everybody is picking up on that fragrance. Here we go. Gentle Fluidity. This is by MAISON France's KURKDJIAN. This is male leaning, so this is silver edition. Having said that though, Francis, super clever guy, same ingredients, but he created a male and a female version to it. On the male version, it's very aromatic, it's woody on skin. I find that the nutmeg sort of pops on this particular fragrance. I love also the fact that the woody nature of it as it dries down. It's a very inviting fragrance. It's a very joyful fragrance. I love wearing this on a warm day as my own body chemistry heats up with this fragrance. Just me and the fragrance, we work well together. Get a lot of compliments on this guy. The sillage is fantastic, and more importantly, this is probably one of my wife's all-time favorites. She does have a top 5, and this one falls into that top 5 category. When I'm wearing this, she is very aware, and I get it, and I get a lot of compliments. Gentle Fluidity, fantastic, warmer weather. Next one, this is an American house. Wall Street is the fragrance. Bond number 9. Now, for us Aussies, Bond number 9 is a new house. We haven't been as aware of this particular house as the Americans. If you like a good aquatic marine fragrance, I find that Wall Street has a massive burst of the ocean, of marine, but actually it's beach for me. This one here screams out beach. I find that on opening, I'm getting a cucumber note. I'm also getting that saltiness. I'm getting a lemon. But there is a greenness there that as it begins to dry down, there's a seaweed note or a seaweed accord in here that on skin, it really is very pronounced. Now, I know that this fragrance is polarizing. Some people love it, some people do not like it at all. I'm one of those that really enjoys it. I enjoy wearing it. I find that the longevity on this is fantastic. I do find that the sillage on this is also very good. Anyway, Wall Street, really enjoy it. Marine, very ocean leaning, very beach leaning, but awesome fragrance. So the next one needs no introduction. As I was doing this lineup, I'm thinking to myself, you gotta put Aventus in this mix. I'm like, yeah, but everybody knows Aventus. Everybody gets Aventus. This is the king in that fresh, aromatic, spring, summer, but again, this one here plays all year round. I've worn this in cold weather, but where it sort of it reigns supreme is in that spring, summer, when the heat starts to pop, this fragrance really begins to come alive. In lead up to this, I actually wore this the other day. Now, the moment I sprayed it, and this is hand on my heart, better not hit my mic, hand on my heart, well, you know what my heart is. The moment I sprayed this, my wife instantly responded with, I love that smell. Which one is that? So Aventus is the king. I know that some people, you'll want to find a clone or want to find something similar. There is something about Aventus that is just, well, it's just a winner. It's one of those classic fragrances that it just works. It just works as a perfume, as a confidence giver, as a fragrance that I guess you want to epitomize you, that people go, this could comfortably be somebody's signature scent, that is you. I made a video very early on saying that I felt that every man should own Aventus, that it belongs, regardless whether you are a person who only has 2 fragrances in your collection, one of them really should be Aventus. It's one of those fragrances that is pretty much timeless. It covers all age groups, so you can't say it's just a young man's fragrance or an older gentleman's fragrance. Really, this is, from 18 going all the way up to old people at 65. all those people are going, yo, how dare you? No, I said that as a joke. Or did I? The next one that I really love is Whetstone. It's part of their white wood collection. All the AMOUROUD fragrances has oud in the ingredient. They use oud as almost like a seasoning to the overall composition. So similar to a chef where they would use a spice or whatever it may be to complement all the other spices that are in there, the oud in the fragrance is actually there to I guess, bolster, get more longevity, or even enhance some of the other notes that are in the composition or in the actual fragrance itself. This one here, for me, I find on skin, it goes salty, but there's more spices in here. I know that there are things like ginger, and also obviously the oud and the woods down the bottom. So it still stays at a marine, aquatic kind of fragrance, but it's warmer on the skin. Where this would be a beach party on the beach, this is a cocktail party by the beach, all right? So you're still getting the marine qualities of it, or that salty sea air of it, but they're both two different fragrances. AMOUROUD, Whetstone, phenomenal, really enjoy this fragrance. All right, not necessarily did I save the best to last, but my best memory connected to a fragrance to last. One thing that I'd like to do, which is a little bit weird, I get it, but I guess everybody has their own little quirks. Whenever I travel, and my wife and I love traveling, whenever I travel to a country, I give myself the condition that I can only wear a perfume that belongs to that country. So I try to find a perfumer. Italy, thank goodness that I'm lucky. We traveled to Croatia once. I struggled to find something in Croatia. That's a story for another day. Now this is Dolce Amalfi, so you would think I was in Amalfi or the Amalfi Coast. You'd be wrong. I was actually in Venice. And we were traveling, it was around Italy, and in Venice, I was wearing Dolce Amalfi. And for me, when I smell this, it takes me to that location. And that's why, look, that's the other reason why I do it. You know, as I smell these fragrances, you get that olfactory memory, takes you back to that place. And you can enjoy, well, you can enjoy both. One, the beautiful perfume, and two, the memories associated to that beautiful fragrance. So for anyone who's interested, I'll put a link down below of the video I created whilst my wife and I were in Venice. We did this little finding the best gelato. It was a challenge. It was legit. It was finding the best gelatos in Venice. I mean, someone had to do it. So naturally, we put my hands up for that. Now, one thing that people say about this, which makes me a little bit sad, is that it's a bubblegum, tutti fruity kind of fragrance. I disagree. The short answer is yes, it is kind of like that, but I don't know whether it was inception in my brain or whether it's just, this is what I genuinely believe. So I like Quince. As a Spanish, one thing that we like is membrillo, which is made by Quince. And so I'm familiar with that sweet, fragrant sort of scent that the Quince has. And for me, this is that very scent. It has this wonderful, sweet, fragrant, almost pear-like kind of opening. It stays that throughout the whole of the fragrance. Then it gets blended in with the vanillas, ambery notes, a bit of musk down the bottom. This is beautiful. This one here is a sexy, beautiful fragrance, and it's just got this wonderful, it just envelopes you with this sweetness, this beautiful fragrance. One thing, the only downside to this fragrance, in my opinion, is that it only lasts 4 to 5 hours on me. The other thing too is that it's almost like I go a little bit nose blind to it. I wore it again recently, just in preparation for today. And I thought, well, I felt that I couldn't smell it anymore, but I walked into a room and it was my daughter and she said, I really like your perfume. She actually said, it's got a tutti fruitiness to it. I'm like, it's not tutti frutti, it's Quince. This on a more of not quite summer, or, beautiful spring, just happy, the sun is out, that sort of, that joyfulness in the day. This fragrance here is beautiful. So there you have it, 5 absolutely amazing fragrances that would work wonderfully over those warmer days here in Australia, definitely into spring, coming into summer. This one here, oh yeah, so gentle fluidity, again, I would recommend don't blind buy. Go out, test for yourself. What works for me doesn't necessarily means that it will work for you. This is an indication, but if you like aromatic, if you like woody, if you like a little bit of spice in your fragrance, then gentle fluidity is phenomenal. This one here is polarizing. A lot of comments, love it and not love it so much. But this, I like it. I really enjoy wearing this fragrance. I think it's a rock star. Marine, yes. Salty, yes. Seaweed, yes. All right, but not repugnant. So not to the point where you feel like you've got seaweed draped on you, but definitely has a seaweed accord in there. But I like it. It's that saltiness. It's that saltiness of the air. Nothing, just get it. Aventus. All right. Beautiful fragrance. Really falling in. Actually, I've been exploring more of the AMOUROUD range. I think this is a bit of a sleeping giant. I'd go out and test Whetstone. Aquatic, but warm on skin. Those spices that are in the heart actually playing beautifully in the longevity of the fragrance. And finally, my friend Venice. Just, yeah. For me, I'm picking up, the Quince is popping. Quince or pear or apple-like, if you want to put into that category. But just a gorgeous, it's definitely gourmand, all right? But it's a beautiful, sweet, wonderful fragrance, very inviting, and fun to wear. Fun to wear because I'm remembering the gelato and all the stuff that I had. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you all on the next episode.